as a whole. And we just want to remind everybody how important it is to stay engaged and get involved in politics. We want everybody, if you're not a registered voter, to get registered. Sometime you got to take your voice to the people and let them hear it. And I feel that the people in South Carolina has been suppressed long enough. It's time for them to get involved in politics. Let them know that you want your voice heard. How many of y'all have ever heard of gerrymandering? This is something that everybody in South Carolina should fully understand, how they are being kept back. The chains are put on them because they are limited as far as the representation. This past election, the Democratic candidate Kamala Harris for president got 42% of the vote. However, out of the 9 elected representatives that we have from the federal government, only 1 is a Democrat. Now you tell me what's wrong with that picture. 8 Republicans and 1 Democrat. But it's by design it's like that. They do not want the blue-collar working people of this state and the working people to have any voice at all in government. Referendums, you don't hear too much about this in the press, but referendums is something that I think is very vital for the citizens of South Carolina to have their voice heard. In Georgetown and other cities and in counties, all it takes to get a referendum on a ballot is the percentage of the registered voters to sign the petition, and if it's certified by the Election and Registration Office, then that ballot initiative will be on the ballot. But in the state of South Carolina, you cannot, the citizens of South Carolina, have your voice heard unless the state legislature approves it. So you got a small number of people in this state controlling the voices of the people. Don't care what you want. Hate crime bill. I want to commend the city of Georgetown for getting it passed here in the city. And there are several other cities doing the same thing, but why? Why is it taking the city to do this right here when the people up here in the State House, if you listen to the people, it should already been passed. So I would try to ask the representatives up there in Columbia, you don't want the people in South Carolina to have a voice? You don't want them to be heard? That's what it appears like you're trying to do to South Carolina. So sometimes it takes a 4-letter word to have your voice heard, and that's vote, V-O-T-E. Too many people don't get registered, too many people don't show up to vote, and this is what you got to live with. You got to live with somebody controlling you. And I would just like to tell you point blank, we cannot survive going in that direction. We need to know for a fact that we believe in democracy, we believe in freedom, and we believe in the Constitution. The rule of law is something that the people in this country will always support unless you're a certain group of people. So I'd like to right now turn it over to the president of the South Carolina AFL-CIO, Morris A. Gibson.
Thank you. I'm here today to launch an aware program that advocates for workers. We need to advocate for the workers in this area, and the steel mill is a prime example of people that's out of work and have to find a way to find work or go out hours away from their homes to find work. We want to educate them on things of gerrymandering, why it's done, and how we can battle that. We need to collaborate with the NAACP and these community programs to also teach people what they have to do if they're denied voting. What we need to do if you're denied labor rights, your labor rights that you're entitled to. We are here to advocate for the workers. It's the working people that built this whole community. It's the working people that keeps the world moving. It keeps this country moving. You only have 2 classes of people right now that Donald Trump has. He has. One, if you're not a billionaire, you're poor. There's no more middle class. He's taking that away from us. But we are here to tell him we're gonna fight to get it back. And we're gonna start here in my hometown, the city of Georgetown, where the 2 mills that's recently closed, that this city is fighting not to bring industrial work back here that kept the city alive for over 50 years. So the next person I'm gonna bring behind me to the table is City Councilman, Ms. Tamika Obeng.
Good afternoon. So Mr. Gibson kind of put me on the spot, but I'm here as a citizen of the city of Georgetown, and I'm excited about the new AWARE program. I'm hoping that it will encourage residents to get active in their cities and vote, use their voices as it should be for the greater good of all society. The working class is what makes the world go round, and so we need jobs. We need to be educated on the voting process and what's yet to come. The midterm elections are coming up, so I would hope that everyone will go out and vote. That's the most important thing. Nothing can be changed unless you use your power to vote. So that's all. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Marilyn Hemingway. I'm chair of the Georgetown County Democratic Party, and we are here because we support working families. I am joined by who you've already met, Tamika Williams Obeng, City Council member, but we're also joined by our candidates, 2/3 of our slate running for City Council this year. We truly support working families. We understand that we are a community in mourning. We've lost 2 mills in just a matter of months that employed hundreds of our fellow neighbors, family, and friends who were in good paying working class jobs. We are mourning not only the loss of those jobs, we're mourning the loss of our neighbors and friends who've had to move to other areas away from us because they cannot find those jobs that the steel mill and the IP mill provided. We've lost others through suicide and heart attacks. Those statistics have risen because people had mortgages. They had their children in summer camps or after school programs that they were able to pay for because these mills created the middle class in Georgetown. So I want people to remember as they go about determining the future of these properties to remember that this is a community in mourning. And let's acknowledge that. Let's acknowledge our brothers and sisters, the wives and the husbands that are struggling right now because we have an administration that is not investing in our working families. So we are here today as the Georgetown County Democratic Party to show our support for workers, for our middle class workers. We want to empower those workers so that they raise their voices, not only in city and county council meetings, but raise their voices through the vote. We're here because we support the working class, because we want workers' safety. We want living wage jobs. We want middle class wages. So we are proud to stand here with the AFL-CIO and its president, Boris Gibson, and President James Sanderson of the local steel workers union. So I speak not only for those who are here today representing the Democratic Party, we are representing all of Georgetown County, those who care for our democratic voting system and those who care for the middle class and also the lower income folks who are working to enter the middle class and beyond. We stand with the AFL-CIO and we stand with their AWARE campaign. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Hobson Henry Milton. I'm candidate for the city of Georgetown, and I'm standing on wasted spending. The city of Georgetown has got a habit of wasting money and putting the burden on the people. And what's going on, for example, what I mean by wasting money, we bought the old city light department for $800,000 and turn around and the people who buy them said they're going to put something there to bring revenue for the city of Georgetown. And I was told that now they changed plan and now they got the building up for sale and they're selling for millions of dollars. So the city is steady wasting money. So that's my task to trying to cut back on wasting spending. Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning. My name is Sharon Melton, and I'm running for city council. People just need to come out and vote. Your voice needs to be heard. And the only way your voice is going to be heard is by coming out and voting. Don't think it's not going to happen to you, because it will be you. Everybody's saying that it's not their problem or it's not their fight. But guess what? That fight has come to your door, and now it's time for you to do something about it. You need to stand up, be counted, and vote. Thank you.
I'd like to thank all of these people on this panel that helped me at this press conference, but we are here for the workers. We're going to advocate for the workers. All the workers in South Carolina, we're going to advocate for this, for them. They need these jobs, they need these benefits. Without these benefits and these jobs, they can't survive. So we have to put pressure on these politicians to hold them accountable. And that I will do. And what we're going to do from this point on, we're going to go to every city and every district and advocate for workers until we are heard, until something changes. And with that, I'm done. Thank you. Hey, y'all want any questions?
As someone who works in the plant, just sort of, you were telling us about it at the previous location, just how it's impacted your family. Are you now out of a job because of its closure, or like explain your direct impact to?
Direct impact, yeah, I'm out of a job. Also, a lot of my co-workers and family members are out of jobs. I have family members that worked in both plants. My father retired from International Paper after working 33 years. I worked in this mill over 17 years. I worked at International Paper over 10 years. So I've experienced both mills. And this is really devastating to this city and the county as a whole, because all the local businesses are suffering because we don't have that internal revenue coming back in to feed back into the city. So it's affected a lot of people with benefits. A lot of them have to travel over an hour to 2 hours just for work and come back home and be away from their families. So it's affected them a whole lot.
Do you still know a ton of people that are still out of jobs now? And if so, like how many do you think are still impacted?
It's a great number. It's probably, out of all the people, it's probably at least 70% of the people are still either looking for work or hopping from job to job to try to make ends meet. My message to them is, don't forget about the hard-working people that built this city. Without these people that worked and built and paid all of their hard-earned money and taxes, spent money in this city, don't forget about them. They need to create a way to bring industry back to Georgetown so they can have make a decent wage and have a decent living.
And I know that you guys are here to support all of these workers. Are you guys trying to connect them to other places so they can get jobs in other mills or other locations?
I'm gonna direct that question to President James Sanderson.
Okay.
As he's the president of the United Steelworkers Union, local union here.
Yes, to answer your question, we have worked with the South Carolina Employment Office, and they have come in and they have provided the necessary information to help these people that have been laid off to reach out and get training, get other type of jobs. So they are basically getting help from the state in that area. And we do know that the workers here in Georgetown have a big task ahead of them as far as finding a manufacturing job that meets the criteria that they are accustomed to with the wages and the benefits. And your question, I think one thing that needs to happen, the city of Georgetown and the county, they need to arrange for the people of Georgetown County, the city of Georgetown, to come together and have several meetings to receive input and see what it is that they feel like would be nice things that they could use here and put on the property. And then once they decide that they would do that, Then I think it would be a good idea if they have those issues put on a referendum ballot so the people can go and make their vote heard on what they feel like would be done. And it'd be very simple. It'd be very simple for a ballot to be generated, have a referendum vote, and let the citizens of Georgetown and the county go in and vote. And then it would be ranked on the things that they would like to see, number 1, number 2, number 3, and that would be a true way of letting the people of Georgetown have a voice. I don't doubt that happening. I mean, hopefully they get the message that the people want to be heard, so hopefully they will do that.
Is there anything ideally that any of you hope to see go in replacement of either of these locations?
Well, right now, the one thing they have been talking about is the plant that they're looking at in the international paper. And I don't want to call the name of the mill, but there's 2 or 3 plants that they have been looking at. And there's a group that basically is against that, because what they're trying to do is just focus 100% on tourism. Tourism alone is not going to support Georgetown. I'm going to tell you that right now. It will not work. And that's what they need to hear from the people here in Georgetown, the city and the county. They need to become more diversified in the economy. Sit down and just brainwash and try to have somebody that could come in and try to help facilitate that for what they might would be able to put on the property to generate high-paying, good-wage jobs.
So what's next for the AWARE initiative?
What's next for the AWARE initiative is for us to have set up and have community meetings to inform people, answer questions, get them prepared for voting, educate them on what's going on in the state, what's happening at the legislative level, and let's keep them informed so they'll know when they go to vote, who to vote for and how to vote for your best interests. So I think once we educate these people and they get the mindset of who they need to vote for and how they need to vote, I think we are changing South Carolina.
And to add on what President Gibson said, the one thing that needs to take place here in Georgetown in the state of South Carolina is education. People really need to learn more about the issues and the facts. And the only way you're going to do that is to research and find out for yourself. Don't be so gullible and naive you just let people brainwash you. Find out for yourself so you'll get the facts. So I think once people become more involved, engaged in stuff, I think that's going to be very useful and very helpful when they go vote. But one thing I always like to just end anything I say with, always remember, blue collars won't never go out of style.
All right. The AWARE program will be here to teach people and tell them about the issues so we can combat these issues together.
Charleston, we got the event tomorrow. You want to shout out?
I didn't realize you was running, but you didn't even mention that to me when I was in there.
What time is that?
It's going to be 10 a.m.
Where is it going to be?
We can get the info to you guys. We're going to have a worker empowerment listening session.
Hi, my name is Sharon, and I'm going to see you
And
guys.
other folks.
That's great.
That'll be the next.
Well, you as my organizer, you come on up and make that announcement. Come on. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, so tomorrow in Charleston, we'll be having a worker empowerment listening session for workers, community members, to meet with community leaders to share what are their concerns, to share what are their issues, what they like to see, the issues they face on the job, the things that they need to make a living, how they're being impacted by these attacks on workers, whether it's from the administration federally, or whether it is this governor in this state. And that will be in North Charleston tomorrow at Positive Vibes Ronchene Incorporated. And we'll have some community leaders out there. Again, Pastor Thomas Dixon with the Charleston Democratic Party. And we'll get that information to you, the time, date, location, and pass it along.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hopefully.